In a world filled with noise, conflict, and constant comparison, the true measure of strength is not found in how loudly we fight, but in how calmly we rise. Every day, people waste precious energy battling things that don't matter: opinions, jealousy, negativity, and fear. But the wisest warriors know something most don't. The greatest victories are silent. They're not won in arguments or chaos. They're won in discipline, in patience, and in the quiet moments where you choose peace over pride. This is the mindset of mastery, the art of winning without fighting, of rising without reacting, of destroying your enemy without ever engaging in battle. You see, power isn't about proving people wrong. It's about proving yourself right. It's about knowing your worth so deeply that you no longer need validation from anyone else. Real success doesn't come from aggression. It comes from alignment. When your purpose is clear, distractions lose their power. When your emotions are stable, manipulation fails. When your vision is strong, no outside noise can shake your foundation. Too many people today think strength means dominance, shouting louder, reacting faster, hitting harder. But true warriors understand restraint. The one who controls their emotions controls outcomes. The one who controls their focus controls destiny. You don't have to fight every battle that calls your name. Some fights are meant to be ignored, some people are meant to be outgrown, and some wars are won by walking away. The world will always try to pull you into conflict, but when you master yourself, you become untouchable. This isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's strategic power. It's the kind of strength that builds empires, inspires loyalty, and commands respect without saying a word. The ancient masters, from Sun Tzu to Stoic philosophers, understood this truth. The greatest victory is the one achieved without combat. So if you want to rise, don't waste time fighting small battles. Invest your energy in growth. Work in silence. Build yourself so powerfully that conflict becomes unnecessary. Let your success be your sword. Let your peace be your shield. Let your results speak louder than your anger ever could. Because success, real success, is emotional control. It's self-mastery. It's the ability to stay grounded while others lose balance. The higher you rise, the less you'll need to fight. The more you evolve, the more irrelevant conflict becomes. When you understand this, you stop chasing validation and start creating transformation. You become unstoppable, not because you're invincible, but because you're intentional. That's how real power operates. That's how true leaders win. Ladies and gentlemen, today we stand at a crossroads, a moment where we can choose to engage in the battles that drain our energy and distract us from our true purpose, or we can rise above, crafting a path to victory without ever throwing a punch. The idea of destroying your enemy without fighting them may seem paradoxical, but it is in this contradiction that we find our greatest strength. First, let us understand that our most significant enemy often resides within. It's our fears, our insecurities, and the doubts that whisper in our ears. To conquer these inner adversaries is to fortify ourselves against any external threats. Recognizing this truth empowers us to move forward with confidence. Next, consider the power of influence. You possess the ability to change the course of events simply by understanding the needs and desires of those around you. Use your voice, your ideas, and your convictions to sway minds and hearts. When you approach life with this perspective, you can shift adversarial relationships into collaborative partnerships. Emotional intelligence is a critical weapon in your arsenal. It's not just about what you say, it's about how you understand others. When you learn to read the emotions of those around you, you gain the insight needed to navigate any confrontation with grace and strategy. You don't have to fight, you simply need to connect on a deeper level. Building alliances is another powerful tactic. Surround yourself with individuals who share your vision and values. Together, you become an unshakable force. The strength found in unity can often deter the fiercest opponents who may think twice before challenging a collective front. Then comes the virtue of patience. Sometimes the best strategy is to step back and allow time to reveal the true nature of your adversaries. In that stillness, you will find clarity. Trust that circumstances will unfold and the tides will turn in your favor. There's wisdom in waiting. It's not about being passive, but rather about being strategic. Finally, focus on transformative action. Channel your energy into becoming the best version of yourself. Success is the ultimate form of resistance. When you thrive, your so-called enemies are diminished by your achievements. Let your growth be the loudest statement you can make. The greatest victories are often won without a single fight. By understanding ourselves, wielding influence, wisely cultivating emotional intelligence, forming alliances, practicing patience, and focusing on our growth, we can rise above conflict and emerge victorious. Remember, it's not about the battles you fight. It's about the legacy you create. Understanding the true enemy is the first step toward achieving peace and success without engaging in direct conflict. Often we are quick to identify those who oppose us as our enemies. We think of them as obstacles to be overcome, opponents to be defeated, but the reality is far more complex. The most formidable adversary we face is not always external. It lies within us. Our internal struggles, fear, self-doubt, insecurities are often the greatest barriers to our success. When we allow these emotions to dominate our thoughts, they cloud our judgment and lead us to make choices rooted in anger or desperation. We may find ourselves responding to perceived threats with aggression, yet all we are doing is perpetuating a cycle of conflict. Understanding this means acknowledging that the true enemy often wears the mask of our own emotions. By recognizing these inner battles, we begin to reclaim our power. Instead of seeing the world as a battleground where we must constantly defend ourselves, we can shift our perspective. The enemies we think we need to fight can instead be viewed as opportunities for growth. When we confront our fears, for example, we disarm their power over us. Each small victory against our internal adversaries builds our resilience and equips us with the tools needed to navigate external challenges. Moreover, understanding the true enemy allows us to approach our external conflicts with greater clarity and wisdom. When we are aware of our insecurities, we can manage our reactions to others more effectively. For instance, when faced with criticism or opposition, we can choose to respond with calmness instead of anger. This shift not only disarms our external enemies, but also fosters a more constructive dialogue, opening the door to understanding. Rather than confrontation, as we learn to master our internal conflicts, we can elevate our interactions with others. Instead of viewing opponents as adversaries, we can recognize them as reflections of our own struggles. When we see that they too may be wrestling with their fears and insecurities, we cultivate empathy. This realization creates an environment where conflict is less likely to arise and cooperation becomes possible. In essence, understanding the true enemy is about self-awareness and emotional mastery. It's about recognizing that the battles we wage against ourselves can often manifest in our interactions with others. When we confront and conquer our internal adversaries, we not only strengthen our resolve, but also change the nature of our relationships. Instead of fighting against others, we can unite in a shared journey of growth, paving the way for mutual understanding and respect. This journey is not always easy. It requires deep introspection and a commitment to self-improvement. Yet the rewards are profound as we transform our understanding of who the true enemy is. We can transcend the need for conflict. We become architects of our destiny, forging paths that lead us to success without the scars of battle. In this way, we learn that the most powerful victories are often those achieved through understanding, connection, and personal growth, rather than through the noise and chaos of direct confrontation. The power of influence is an extraordinary force that can shape not only our own lives, but also the lives of those around us. It is the ability to affect change, inspire action, and foster connections without resorting to direct conflict. In many ways, influence is a subtle art, one that requires an understanding of human behavior, empathy, and a genuine desire to uplift others. At its core, influence begins with trust. People are more likely to be swayed by those they trust. Establishing credibility is essential. This can be achieved by being authentic and consistent in your actions and words. When others perceive you as genuine, they are more inclined to listen to your ideas and consider your perspective. Building this foundation of trust takes time and effort, but it is invaluable in creating a ripple effect of positive change. Influence also thrives on communication. The ability to articulate your thoughts clearly and passionately is crucial. When you communicate it with conviction, you create a sense of urgency and importance that can resonate with others. This doesn't just mean being persuasive. It involves active listening, allowing others to feel heard and valued. When you take the time to understand their needs and concerns, you can tailor your message in a way that addresses their emotions and motivations, making it far more compelling. Moreover, the power of influence lies in its ability to inspire others to take action. Think about the leaders and figures who have left an indelible mark on society. They didn't merely command respect through authority, they inspired others to believe in a shared vision. This vision acts as a guiding light, igniting passion and motivation in those who choose to follow. By presenting a clear and compelling picture of a better future, you can encourage others to rally around that cause and work together toward common goals. Influence is also about creating opportunities for collaboration. Instead of viewing interactions through a competitive lens, Consider how you can empower those around you. When you elevate others, you build a network of support that amplifies everyone's strengths. This approach fosters a spirit of cooperation where ideas flow freely and innovation thrives. In turn, your influence grows as you become a central figure in a community that values collaboration over competition. Additionally, the impact of influence can be magnified through example. People are often inspired by the actions of others more than by their words. When you embody the values and principles you espouse, you set a powerful example. Demonstrating integrity, resilience, and commitment encourages others to emulate those traits. Your actions become a living testament to the impact of your influence, encouraging others to follow suit. Finally, influence is not a finite resource. It is a dynamic force that can expand and exponentially. When you influence one person, you create a ripple effect. That individual inspired by your words or actions may go on to influence others. And so on, this chain reaction can lead to significant, far-reaching change that transcends individual interactions. Recognizing this potential allows us to approach every interaction with intention, knowing that our influence can have a lasting impact. The power of influence is a vital tool that allows us to navigate our relationships and environments with grace and purpose. By building trust, communicating effectively, inspiring action, fostering collaboration, leading by example, and recognizing the exponential nature of influence, we can create a life of meaning and connection. This approach not only allows us to achieve our goals without conflict, but also empowers those around us to reach their full potential. When we harness this power wisely, we can change the world in ways that resonate far beyond our immediate circles, ultimately creating a legacy of positivity and progress. Emotional intelligence. EI is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. It plays a critical role in how we navigate social complexities, build relationships, and respond to challenges. Unlike traditional intelligence, which often measures cognitive abilities, emotional intelligence emphasizes the importance of emotional awareness and interpersonal skills. Cultivating emotional intelligence can profoundly impact our personal and professional lives. At the heart of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. This is the capacity to recognize our own emotions as they occur and understand how they influence our thoughts and behaviors. Self-awareness enables us to identify our strengths and weaknesses, which in turn allows us to approach situations with greater clarity. For example, if we recognize that we are feeling stressed or anxious, we can take steps to address those feelings before they affect our interactions with others. By understanding our emotional triggers, we can prevent knee-jerk reactions that may escalate conflicts. Another key component of emotional intelligence is self-regulation. This involves the ability to manage our emotions in a healthy way. It's about keeping our impulses in check and responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. For instance, when faced with criticism, instead of lashing out defensively, a person with high emotional intelligence can take a moment to process the feedback and respond constructively. This ability to regulate our emotions fosters resilience and adaptability, essential traits in navigating life's challenges. Empathy, a crucial aspect of emotional intelligence, allows us to understand and share the feelings of others. It involves putting ourselves in someone else's shoes and grasping their emotional experiences. Empathy goes beyond sympathy. It requires us to engage with others on a deeper level. When we empathize with others, we can better support them, whether they're celebrating a success or dealing with a setback. This connection not only strengthens our relationships, but also enhances our ability to influence and inspire those around us. Social skills are another fundamental aspect of emotional intelligence. These skills encompass our ability to interact effectively with others, build rapport, and foster collaboration. Strong social skills enable us to communicate clearly, resolve conflicts amicably, and navigate group dynamics with ease. In a professional setting, individuals with high emotional intelligence can motivate and inspire teams, creating a positive atmosphere that encourages productivity and creativity. They are adept at reading the room and adjusting their communication style to meet the needs of their audience. Moreover, emotional intelligence enhances our decision-making abilities. When we can accurately assess our own emotions and understand those of others, we can make more informed choices. We become less likely to let our emotions cloud our judgment, allowing us to weigh the pros and cons more effectively. This rational approach, grounded in emotional awareness, leads to better outcomes in both personal and professional contexts. The cultivation of emotional intelligence is not a one-time achievement, but a lifelong journey. It requires practice, reflection, and a willingness to learn from our experiences. Engaging in self-reflection helps us develop greater self-awareness, while seeking feedback from trusted individuals can provide insights into how we are perceived by others. Additionally, mindfulness practices can enhance our emotional regulation by promoting a greater awareness of our emotional state. In the moment, emotional intelligence is a powerful asset that enables us to navigate the complexities of life with grace and effectiveness. By cultivating self-awareness, practicing self-regulation, developing empathy, honing our social skills, and improving our decision-making abilities, we can significantly enhance our interpersonal relationships and overall well-being. In a world where conflict is often unavoidable, emotional intelligence provides us with the tools to engage constructively, fostering connections that lead to collaboration and understanding. Ultimately, it is through the mastery of our emotional intelligence that we can truly influence others, inspire positive change, and create a lasting impact. Building alliances is an essential skill that can greatly enhance our personal and professional lives. In an increasingly interconnected world, the ability to forge meaningful relationships and collaborate effectively with others is invaluable. Whether in business community initiatives or personal endeavors, alliances can create powerful networks that amplify our impact and drive collective success at its core. Building alliances begins with establishing trust. Trust is the foundation of any meaningful relationship, and it takes time and consistent effort to build trust with. We must demonstrate integrity, reliability, and transparency in our interactions. This means being honest about our intentions, following through on commitments, and being open to feedback. When others see that we are genuine in our efforts and dependable in our actions, they are more likely to reciprocate and invest in the relationship. Communication is another critical component of building alliances. Effective communication involves not just conveying our ideas clearly, but also so actively listening to others. When we engage in meaningful conversations, we create an environment where everyone feels valued and heard. This mutual respect fosters collaboration, as allies are more likely to share their insights and resources. Moreover, by understanding the perspectives and goals of others, we can identify common interests that serve as the basis for collaboration. Shared vision and goals are essential in forming strong alliances. When individuals or organizations come together, they must have a clear understanding of what they aim to achieve. Collectively establishing a shared vision helps align efforts and motivates all parties involved. It creates a sense of purpose that transcends individual ambitions, allowing everyone to work together toward a common goal. This alignment enhances commitment, making it easier to navigate challenges that may arise along the way. Flexibility and adaptability are crucial in the process of building alliances. Each partnership will present unique challenges and dynamics, and being open to change is essential for success. This adaptability allows us to adjust our approaches based on feedback and evolving circumstances. By demonstrating a willingness to compromise and find solutions that benefit all parties, we strengthen the alliance and build resilience against setbacks. Networking also plays a significant role in building alliances. Active by seeking opportunities to connect with others expands our reach and introduces us to new perspectives and resources. Attend industry events, join professional organizations, and engage in community initiatives to broaden your network. These connections can lead to fruitful collaborations and provide access to valuable insights that may not have been available otherwise. Collaboration is not just about sharing resources, it's also about leveraging each other's strengths. Each person brings unique skills and experiences to the table, and recognizing and utilizing these strengths can elevate the alliance. By identifying what each party excels at, we can distribute tasks, effectively ensuring that everyone contributes meaningfully to the partnership. This synergy not only enhances productivity, but also fosters a sense of camaraderie and shared achievement. In addition, celebrating successes, both big and small, is vital for sustaining alliances. Acknowledging the contributions of each partner reinforces the value of the relationship and motivates continued collaboration. Whether through formal recognition or informal celebrations, taking the time to appreciate each other's efforts strengthens the bonds of trust and camaraderie, making it more likely that the alliance will endure over time. Building alliances requires a commitment to long-term relationships rather than short-term gains. It's important to approach alliances with a mindset of mutual benefit, understanding that the most successful partnerships are those where all parties thrive. This perspective encourages us to invest in the relationship even when immediate results may not be apparent. By prioritizing the health of the alliance, we create a foundation for ongoing collaboration and shared success. Building alliances is an essential skill that empowers us to navigate the complexities of our personal and professional lives. by fostering trust, practicing effective communication, establishing shared goals, remaining flexible, networking, strategically leveraging strengths, celebrating successes, and committing to long-term relationships, we can create powerful alliances that enhance our impact and drive collective progress in a world where collaboration is increasingly vital. The ability to build and nurture these connections can set us on a path to achieving greater heights than we could ever reach alone. Strategic patience is the ability to maintain a long-term perspective and the discipline to wait for the right moment to act in an age where instant gratification often reigns supreme. Cultivating this virtue is essential for achieving meaningful goals and navigating complex challenges. Strategic patience is not about passivity, it is an active choice to hold back and assess the situation thoroughly before making decisions. This approach allows us to respond to circumstances with intention and insight rather than reacting impulsively. At the core of strategic patience lies the understanding that not all opportunities are immediate. Life often presents us with challenges that require time to unfold and resolve. This means recognizing that significant achievements often take time and that success may not come as quickly as we hope. By embracing this reality, we can foster resilience and determination, allowing us to stay committed to our goals even when the path seems long and arduous. Moreover, strategic patience involves the cultivation of self-discipline. It requires us to resist the temptation to rush into decisions based on short-term outcomes. In many cases, acting too quickly can lead to mistakes, missed opportunities, or unnecessary conflicts. By exercising discipline, we give ourselves the space to gather information, reflect on our options, and develop a well-thought-out plan of action. This deliberate approach not only enhances our decision-making, but also allows us to mitigate risks effectively. Another essential aspect of strategic patience is the ability to adapt and reassess. As we navigate our journeys, we must remain open to new information and perspectives. Situations evolve, and what may have been a sound strategy at one point might need adjustments. By practicing patience, we can take the time to evaluate our circumstances continuously and pivot when necessary. This adaptability is crucial in a rapidly changing world where flexibility can make the difference between success and failure. Furthermore, strategic patience empowers us to build strong relationships in both personal and professional contexts. Meaningful connections take time to develop. By exercising patience, we can invest the necessary effort to understand others' perspectives and foster trust. This investment pays off as strong relationships enhance collaboration and open doors to new opportunities. When we prioritize relationship building over quick wins, we lay the groundwork for lasting partnerships that yield mutual benefits. Additionally, strategic patience can lead to greater creativity and innovation. When we allow ourselves the time to think and reflect, we create an environment where new ideas can flow. Is rushing to conclusions often stifles creativity, while patience encourages exploration and experimentation. By fostering a mindset that values the process of discovery, we can uncover unique solutions to challenges and seize opportunities that others may overlook. The practice of strategic patience also promotes mental and emotional well-being. In a fast-paced world, the pressure to achieve immediate results can lead to stress and burnout. By adopting a patient mindset, we can alleviate some of that pressure, recognizing that success is a journey rather than a race. This perspective fosters a sense of calm and focus, enabling us to approach challenges with clarity and confidence. Moreover, strategic patience teaches us the value of perseverance. Many successful individuals and organizations attribute their achievements to their ability to endure through difficulties and setbacks. By maintaining patience in the face of adversity, we build resilience and strength in our resolve. This determination can be contagious, inspiring those around us to adopt a similar mindset and work collectively towards shared goals. Strategic patience is a vital quality that empowers us to navigate the complexities of life with intention and insight. By cultivating self-discipline, adapting to changing circumstances, building strong relationships, fostering creativity, promoting well-being, and embodying perseverance, we position ourselves for long-term success. In a world that often prioritizes immediacy, embracing strategic patience allows us to make thoughtful decisions that lead to meaningful outcomes. This approach not only enhances our personal and professional growth, but also contributes to a more balanced and fulfilling life. In the end, it is through the mastery of strategic patience that we can achieve our highest aspirations and leave a lasting impact on the world around us. Transformative action is the process of making significant and meaningful changes in our lives, communities, and organizations. It goes beyond mere incremental adjustments or superficial improvements. It involves a deep commitment to transformation that can alter the trajectory of our personal and collective experiences. Embracing transformative action requires courage, clarity, and a willingness to challenge the status quo, pushing boundaries to create a lasting impact. At the heart of transformative action is the understanding that change begins within us. It is essential to cultivate self-awareness, recognizing our values, strengths, and areas for growth. This introspection empowers us to identify what truly matters and inspires us to take action. When we align our actions with our core beliefs, we create a sense of purpose that fuels our commitment to transformation. This alignment becomes a powerful motivator, propelling us to pursue our goals with passion and determination. Moreover, transformative action is rooted in clarity of vision. To embark on a journey of meaningful change, we must articulate a clear vision of what we want to achieve. This vision acts as a guiding light, helping us navigate challenges and uncertainties along the way. It is essential to envision not only the end goal, but also the path to get there. By breaking down our vision into actionable steps, we create a roadmap that allows us to track progress and celebrate milestones, reinforcing our motivation to continue. Another critical aspect of transformative action is the courage to take risks. Change often involves stepping outside of our comfort zones, and this can be intimidating. However, it is essential to recognize that growth and transformation rarely occur without some degree of risk. By embracing uncertainty and being open to new experiences, we expand our horizons and discover opportunities we may have previously overlooked. This willingness to take risks fosters resilience as we learn to adapt and thrive in the face of challenges. Collaboration is also a vital component of transformative action. While individual efforts are important, the collective power of a community can amplify our impact. Engaging others who share our vision creates a network of support and encouragement, fostering an environment where transformative ideas can flourish. By collaborating with diverse voices, we can access a wealth of perspectives, leading to innovative solutions that may not have emerged in isolation. This collaborative spirit cultivates a sense of belonging, reinforcing our commitment to the shared mission of transformation. Furthermore, transformative action requires a commitment to continuous learning. The journey of change is rarely linear. It often involves setbacks and unexpected detours. By embracing a mindset of lifelong learning, we cultivate resilience and adaptability. Each challenge becomes an opportunity for growth and reflection, enabling us to refine our strategies and approaches. This commitment to learning not only enhances our effectiveness, but also inspires others to join us on our journey, creating a culture of growth and improvement. Additionally, transformative action is rooted in accountability. Taking meaningful action requires us to hold ourselves accountable for our commitments and progress. This accountability fosters a sense of responsibility, ensuring that we remain dedicated to our vision and objectives. Setting clear goals and regularly evaluating our progress keeps us aligned with our intentions, allowing us to make adjustments as needed. Accountability not only strengthens our resolve, but also encourages others to support and engage in our transformative efforts. Moreover, celebrating successes, both big and small, is essential in the transformative process. Acknowledging our achievements reinforces our motivation and reminds us of the progress we've made. Celebrations can take many forms, from personal reflections to community gatherings. By recognizing the impact of our transformative actions, we create positive momentum that fuels our continued efforts and inspires others to join us. Transformative action is a powerful catalyst for meaningful change in our lives and communities. By cultivating self-awareness, clarifying our vision, embracing risk-fostering collaboration, committing to continuous learning, maintaining accountability, and celebrating successes, we position ourselves to create a lasting impact in a world that often resists change. Embracing transformative action empowers us to challenge the status quo and inspire others to join us on the journey of transformation. Ultimately, it is through these actions that we can shape a future that reflects our values and aspirations, leaving a legacy of positive change for generations to come. In conclusion, the journey toward transformation is a profound and dynamic process that requires commitment, courage, and clarity. Embracing transformative action empowers us to initiate meaningful change not only within ourselves, but also in our communities and organizations. By cultivating self-awareness, articulating a clear vision, and taking calculated risks, we create a strong foundation for our efforts. Collaboration amplifies our impact, allowing us to draw on the strengths of diverse voices, while fostering a sense of belonging. Moreover, maintaining a mindset of continuous learning equips us to navigate the complexities of change, turning challenges into opportunities for growth. Accountability ensures that we remain dedicated to our goals while celebrating our successes, both big and small, reinforces our motivation and inspires those around us. Ultimately, transformative action is not merely about achieving specific outcomes. It is about embodying a mindset of possibility and resilience. By embracing this journey, we can inspire others to join us, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond ourselves. Together, we can shape a future that reflects our values, aspirations, and the collective potential of humanity. Let us rise to the challenge, take bold action, and commit ourselves to the transformative journey that lies ahead.